this is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. Please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Today's video is going to be regarding the height of Bridge Guy. And we'll see if we can figure out the height of Abby. I think she was like 5'5" or 5'6", something like that. And just to see if it's accurate. So this image down the bridge is pretty down the middle. They're off slightly to the left. So there might be a slight variance in the height based on that, but not much, right? So you're basically down the middle. We know the width of side rail to side rail. I think if we were in the center, you would actually have them, perhaps they might even end up being a little bit shorter because you'd see the width would be wider slightly, all right? So we're just going to base it on this, knowing that they could possibly be shorter and than the numbers that we get. So we see the bridge guy in the background. We see the top of his head and his foot, so that's good. And we see Abby on the screen. Now, one thing that's pretty interesting is the image that I'm using here. You can actually see the 4-inch heights right there of the side rail and the shadow down here. Now, the image you see out online, etc., it's completely dark. So I remember originally I thought that represented the height, but it didn't. As you can see that there's a shadow right there. So I actually traced, from the top of the side rail and that little portion inside, I drew a line down. And I think really all that really matters is the bottom portion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of what we drew earlier and put another one in, because I'm just using the bottom, and the bottom's over here. You can see it as well. So let's just go right here, and we'll know that it's going to be the top of it. So I'll draw right along it, just like that. I'm going to move it up, so there we go, about like that. Let's say about right there. Okay, and then I'll just bring this down. This portion is irrelevant, so I'm going to be using the top of it. So image, it is it's the image fill, I think it was. Yeah, edit fill, there you go. And there we go. So we can use the top of it. And I made it far enough over so it can be used for bridge guide. All right, so here is what we're going to do now is get the width. So we're going to go over until we reach. So you look right there. I'm going to use this back foot here. And it seems like it's like right here. I'm going to go across and then all the way over to here like that. Let's see. That's a little bit too much. I'm going to say about right here. There, that looks good right there. And we're going to go across, and there it is. So this is going to be the width of the bridge, and that is 732. All right. So the width is 732, and then we're going to say, I guess we have to measure the height. So we're going to go right there, and she's kind of bent over a little bit, so I'm going to go slightly up into the bun on her head and go down to about right there where her foot's just going, or part of her foot's over the gap there. And that is 605. All right. So let's go over there and put in 605 and hit enter. And how high is Abby? And
the updated dimensions, 732 pixels wide by 605 pixels high. The estimated height of the person is 5 feet 6 inches, approximately 6.1 inches beyond 5 feet 6 inches. Let me know if you need further adjustments. The updated dimensions, 700 and...
I don't know what 6.1 inches beyond 5 foot 6 inches. I don't know what that means. But the approximate height is 5 feet 6 inches. By the way, I was kind of curious about what it meant by this approximately 6.1 inches beyond 5.6, so I said, explain this. The person is 5'6" inches, approximately 6.1 inches beyond 5 foot 6 inches. And then this is what it said.
You're absolutely right to question that. It was a mistake in wording. Saying 5 feet 6 inches, approximately 6.1 inches beyond 5 feet 6 inches doesn't make sense. If someone is 5 feet 6 inches, there can't be extra inches beyond that. What I should have said. The person's estimated height is 5 feet 6.1 inches, which is just a tiny bit over 5 feet 6 inches. About 1/10 of an inch beyond 5 feet 6 inches, not 6.1 extra inches. Thanks for catching that. Let me know if you want a more precise rounding.
Wow, you guys, some people think I'm an idiot, but I'm smarter than ChatGPT. Can I get a boom? All right. All right. So now what we're going to do is try to figure out how tall Bridge Guy is. All right. Now let's zoom in a little bit, kind of just bring him in there. I got to flip it around, I guess. There we go. So again, the top is the bottom of the side rail, top of this cutout that I have here. So if we go across, let's say I want to choose about right there, and I go across. So it'd be about right there. So right here, measure it across to the side rail, and we go right there, 316. All right. So let's put that in there. 316 wide by, and then we go to the top of his head here. I'll give him a little extra, or maybe if I make him shorter, I guess, yeah, I need a little bit extra. Let's go about right there. Maybe he's hunched over a little bit. So up high, even though he's got a hat on, and we'll go down to his foot. Maybe about right in that area, because it's slightly back of center of his foot. And that is 258. Height. And as you can see right there,
with the updated dimensions 316 pixels wide by 258 pixels high, the estimated height of the person is 5 feet 5 inches, approximately 5.3 inches beyond 5 feet 5 inches. Let me know if you need further adjustments.
So really it says 5'5" there. So we have Abby at 5'6", and Bridge Guy, aka Richard Allen, at 5'5". Okay. I mean, we could sit here and try it 1,000 times, and it's going to be the same. I've done it. I've been sitting here trying it over and over and over again, and it's the same each time. So they might be a little bit shorter if the camera was slightly over to the left, but this is a perfect image to determine the height. And as we just showed you, Abby is 5'6", and Bridge Guy is 5'5" in those calculations. Today's video is going to be an attempt at identifying the height of Bridge Guy. Now, I've done this multiple times, and it always comes up about the same, you know, between 5'3" and 5'6", etc. So this is using ChatGPT. We know that the width of the side rail to side rail, the inside of the side rails, is 6 feet 8 inches. And a friend of mine, Beth, measured all this stuff years ago. We just have never had the elusive side rail in the scene with the killer, which is Richard Allen. Now, Abby's on the bridge as well, so what we're going to do is we're going to measure her height and also the Bridge Guy height, aka Richard Allen, and see how accurate both of them are. Okay? So what I did was I took this image. Now, it's interesting, in this image here, you can actually see where the shadow is right here, and there is the actual corner of the base of the side rail. It's right there. All right, so what I did, And well, before I move on, on the right side rail, you can just see the change in color is where the side goes up, because the sun is directly hitting the side, and it's not hitting as sharply the railroad ties. So right there you can see it. See that? That's the base of the right side rail. So in Photoshop, I actually put a red line right on the inner side of the right rail, and then also on the inner side, just next to the shadow, right on that corner, is the inside red line. I extend it all the way back to where Bridge Guy is, and also this same line right there. All right. So now we can feed the information to ChatGPT, and let's see what it says. All right, let's measure the height of Abby. So what we have to do is get the width. So I'm going to go right across from here, and this is where the corner is, the base of the left side rail. Probably up a little bit more than that, like right there. There we go. So it's just off the edge of, like, the top of the railroad tie right there. Go across, and we have 733 pixels wide. So 733 pixels wide by, and let's get her height. Go right there, a little bit above her head, and then down to the, again, where that shadow is, I think is a good spot because her foot's over that, her toes, and that is 602. So by 602 high. And let's see how tall ChatGPT comes up with Abby. 5'6". I think that's pretty legit.
With the updated values, the estimated height of the person is approximately 65.7 inches, 5 feet 6 inches. Let me know if you need further adjustments.
So that's interesting, right? So 5'6" for Abby. That seems about right with her shoes on, etc. That's right in the ballpark. I think she might have been maybe 5'4", 5'5". So we're right there, okay? Now we're going to try to attempt to determine the height of Bridge Guy, all right? So we're going to go where his foot is and go over to the right. I have to try this a couple times. That's a little bit, it needs to be a little higher than that, like right there. There you go. And then across, and that is 326 pixels wide. So 326 pixels wide by, and I'm putting this into ChatGPT, 5'6" is the last answer for Abby, okay? So I just got the 326 pixels wide, and then I'm going to go to the top of the head right there, go down. Now I actually made it go up inside the hat a little bit, just because maybe he's hunched down slightly, who knows. So let's see, right here, and that is 262 pixels. So by 262 pixels high. And let's see what ChatGPT comes up with for Bridge Guy height. 5'4".
With the updated values, the estimated height of the person is approximately 64.3 inches, 5 feet 4 inches. Let me know if you need further refinements.
I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? 5'4", it's probably within an inch or so, just like Abby. Maybe it's 5'5", 5'6" for him with shoes on, don't really know. But it's pretty damn close. So, wow, you guys, this is absolutely crazy. I'm adding this in with the previous height measurement just to have a different one in there. But it's absolutely consistent every single time that you try to do it. So, you guys, Bridge Guy, aka Richard Allen, is about 5'4", 5'5", something like that. And comparing it to Abby, it shows you how consistent the measurements are in here. And so I hope you guys found that valuable. All right. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I think it proves that Richard Allen is not a very tall person, and that is Richard Allen back there. I actually think he's shorter than Abby, and you know, hopefully this will get through to some of the people who don't think that that's Richard Allen out there. But they'll always exist, because no matter what you tell them, they'll find some wacky reason that you're not right. All right, everybody, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you appreciated the video. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.